Why am I doing this, and why am I putting all this effort into showing up every day and putting myself through this? What am I hoping to receive from this effort? That's the question that I'm going to be tackling today. Hello, my name's Paul Heron, and welcome to the From Zero to Marketing Hero podcast, my year-long challenge to uncover the secrets of marketing and finally, after 5 years of being in business, find a way to hone in on who my perfect, ideal dream customer is and how I can attract them into my world and create a thriving business. I hope you're all well out there listening. This is day number 20 of my challenge. And this is the first time I've had some challenges in terms of creating a space to be able to record this podcast. I'm based over in Cork in Ireland, and we have Storm Kathleen battering our house at the moment. We have strong wind shaking the windows, and there's a house full of people here at the moment as well. So I'm very interested to see how the sound quality turns out today. So let me know if you can hear any differences in the audio quality. And for that matter, let me know if there's any tips at all you can provide in terms of the way that I am going about producing and putting these shows together. Any feedback would be greatly appreciated. So the question that I'm tackling today is a question that came from a candid conversation with my wife, Marie, last night. Over the last few weeks, setting off on this challenge, going through a couple of teething problems, I guess, in terms of creating time and putting the resources together to be able to follow through on producing, recording, uploading a podcast every single day. I can see from the outside looking in where this question has come from. With so much focus on this podcast in the short term, the time and energy that I've allocated to my existing process has naturally dropped off just a little bit. And that's one thing I do need to be mindful and cautious of as I go through this journey. I need to find a way to balance this project with my existing business and what I have been able to create up to this point in my journey in terms of certainty around the process of bringing customers into my world that is currently working for me. And I think what has probably been noticed is there is potentially a reduction in sales calls and new clients coming into my business. And I completely understand where this question has come from. But I think it's a really important, powerful question to consider. First and foremost, it really is about me finding a way to challenge myself to get my head around how I can take control and ownership of attracting my perfect, ideal client into my world. I've mentioned in previous episodes that I have been able to find success in terms of developing a system that has worked for me for the last couple of years. But that system centers around purchasing leads that aren't necessarily perfectly aligned with my values and my coaching style. Although I have met some fantastic, wonderful clients that I have absolutely loved working with and who I would say are my perfect client. This whole process really is about finding more of that perfect client on a regular basis, developing a system that I can trust, that is within my control and doesn't rely on third-party apps and lead generation services to introduce leads to me. Because I know at any stage that could be turned off. Their parameters, algorithms, pricing could change at any time. And if that were to happen to me right now, I really would find myself in a really difficult position. So I guess this whole journey, first and foremost, has come around me identifying that this is a critical step in my journey, in my evolution as an entrepreneur, a business owner, that I must get my head around understanding how this marketing process works. And with that in mind, the decision I made was to set myself up with some accountability by committing myself to a year-long journey of showing up every single day, which ensures that I'll be spending time every single day thinking about this, collating my thoughts and ideas, sharing, teaching, documenting my journey along the way. And hopefully at the other end of this 12-month period, I'll be in a position where I have far greater clarity about how this all works. And hopefully I am attracting my ideal client through my own marketing activities. So I guess that's the main reason why I have taken on this challenge and decided that this podcast is the perfect way for me to be able to start honing some of these skills and taking the necessary actions that are going to lead me to that destination. But are there any other reasons why I am doing this and why I have chosen podcasting specifically? And I think there is. I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know how many people are going to be interested in listening to my journey. I hope that there may be others out there that can take elements of what I've got to share, and it may help them take their own actions towards their own goals and dreams. Now, I still am at the very start of this journey myself. There's so much that I need to learn, but there's a few things that have become really clear to me already. Having a longer form platform or channel seems to be an essential element in terms of creating a way for people to become aware of what it is that you are doing and to start developing a sense of trust in your message. I personally love listening to podcasts myself, and I see this as the perfect opportunity, particularly when I record, there's a video element, and I'm able to set up a regular schedule where I am interviewing interesting people, getting my thoughts out like I am today. I see this longer form content creation as an essential element that's going to allow me to be able to regularly, consistently show up and hone these skills. And who knows, maybe in the future at some point, if I put the time, energy into practicing these skills, if this podcast becomes something that does resonate with people starting their own marketing journey, their own entrepreneurial journey, then who knows what this might become beyond the initial 12 months that I am committing myself to this. But at this stage, I don't need to know that. It really is just about me making this commitment to show up every day, to hone my skills, to have interesting conversations with heaps of different people along the way, and to hopefully use this as a central element that's going to allow me to help people understand what my message is, develop a sense of trust, and hopefully maybe want to reach out and start a conversation. Really, that's what this is all about in the end. So I hope that makes sense and answers the question. I hope it helps you understand a little bit more about my motivations behind this. As I've mentioned a few times, this really is a personal challenge for me first and foremost, but I genuinely do believe that there are so many others out there that can benefit from this topic of conversation and the broader conversation in general. So if you are listening to this, if this does resonate with you, head over to my website, paulheronlifecoaching.com. You can find a link to a Facebook group that I've specifically set up to start conversations, to get everyone involved in this topic, and to hopefully become a place where we can share our best practices and help each other take consistent, regular action towards all of our goals.